Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Harvest Moon 64. I'm MegaFreak400. And over here I'm going to show, I don't think I showed this yet, the Pika Bunny picture right there. Isn't it cute? But yeah, you can only get one picture with your girl, or with... You can only get all the pictures, I believe. If you befriend all the girls in enough time, I think you can get all of their pictures of hanging out with them. Because you can, there's, you know, it actually helps to be, you know, friendly with the... Oh, and my kitchen's done. Kitchen's done. Cool. But it actually helps be friendly with all the girls, because that's actually one of the ratings that your father evaluates you on if you're friends with all the girls. And married to at least one of them. But yeah, here's our kitchen. Our kitchen has, you know, it has some useful things. It's kind of pointless overall, but here we have a recipe list, which we'll be able to use to see what recipes we have. Kind of like a checklist. And here it tells us what power berries we got. It doesn't list the blue power berry. That one isn't listed. It's kind of like an extra one. And here's the freezer. The freezer can store food, which is pretty useful if you want to have like vegetables stored. That's the only place you can store vegetables, or any food for that matter. But yeah, I think there's one picture you can get if you're already married. That one picture being, well, I won't spoil who it is, but there's one girl who has a picture who, even if you're married, I think you can still get. But most of the girls, you have to either be friends with them within the time limit of the first year, or just not be able to get a picture with them. But yeah, as you've become aware, winter revolves around a lot of, you know, not more farming and not harvesting. However, if you bought a greenhouse from the carpenters at this point in time, you could buy strawberries. Strawberries can only be grown in winter, but they can only be grown if you have a greenhouse. And strawberries sell for 150 gold each, and they grow 6 days. It costs 500. Actually, they cost the most of the seeds. Eggplants, ironically, cost the least amount to buy. I know I didn't like say the prices for all the vegetables, you know, in the past seasons. When I get a greenhouse, I'll go over all the vegetable prices again, because I do plan on getting a greenhouse. It's pretty convenient to have a greenhouse. So yeah, but one thing you'll notice with winter, and I said this before, there's going to be a lot less to do in terms of making money at least until the mine opens. Once the mine opens, that's a pretty good way of you know, using up your day, because the mine you go in, whenever you go in, you can't exit till 5, so you know, you have to stay in there until 5 o'clock no matter what, and by 5 it's pretty much almost getting ready to be nighttime. So so that's a good way to use up your day, and that's basically, again, the replacement for farming. And Rick is closed. Sad face. May I help you? Yes, I want some cake. Yeah, you'll be seeing me buy a bunch of cake, because the lottery is going to be coming up, and if you have 10 points in your lottery card, meaning you bought 10 cakes, you can get to draw a lottery ticket and possibly win a prize. Fortunately, I think, as I mentioned, I can't you know, get the flower lottery because I didn't buy any flowers, and you can't buy any flowers in winter. Oh, hello, Harris. I like to move around, but I'm not good at hard sports. I'm just kind of I guess, random. And the library is closed. Actually, no, I think it's not because it's Monday. I think it's closed because it's always closed the first few weeks, or first week of the month, I think, for whatever reason. And let's go see our girlfriend, Anne. Which, that's like a fair enough statement to make. I mean, she has a pink heart. Yes, that is for you. No, it's for Cliff. And yeah, she'll make statements like she's jealous of Ellie, and I think later she says, "Oh, I don't get Maria. Why can't she express how she feels?" Maybe she already said that. I don't have like the best memory for stuff like that. I have a good memory for other things, though. They're stupid. But anyway, You know, I mentioned how I was, not mentioned, but I was watching, well, I watched Gurren Lagann, but I actually recently have watched the original FMA anime, and I'm now watching FMA as in Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm actually watching Brotherhood now, too. I'm not going to get into the whole debate between Brotherhood versus the original one, because, you know, I do have an opinion about that, which is slowly, you know, changing as I'm finishing up Brotherhood, because I'll just say Brotherhood's first season really sucks. Like, it's awful, and it's not even because mostly because they just rush things, and I know that it's rehashed material for you know, TV, but it's just awful, awfully done. After you get past the first season, it actually gets pretty good for the most part. I still like both. Like, I know there's a whole debate between, not really debate, but there's people who hate Brotherhood, and there's people who think that the original was crap. And I'm more of, they're both good in their own ways. But the first season of Brotherhood does really not, it's not that good, honestly. It just doesn't do things. It basically, okay, it basically gets into the point of, it's the reason why I'm not a big fan of movies. I found out. I've kind of discovered that I'm not into movies as much, and the reason is, movies are only 2 hours long at the most, usually. Even less than that for some movies. And, while that's a long time if you think about it, and for me to sit down and watch a whole movie, I don't like the thought of, like, initially sitting down and watching a movie for that length of time. But the reality is that's actually too short of time to tell some of these stories that movies want to tell. You know, one thing I kind of discovered is I used to read books all the time. I read Harry Potter, I read, you know, not even just Harry Potter, but a lot of books, a lot of stories. And the one thing I've discovered that books, you know, really do well is, you know, books just have the time to get the detail of the characters, to make you care about the characters. And, like, that's the one thing I guess I've discovered is I really like characterization. I like understanding the characters. Plot, of course, is important in some aspects, but it's the characters that make the story. And, oh, what is... Hello. I caught lots of fish this morning, so I came here to share with you. Yay? Not sure why Cliff is giving me fish. See you later. Okay. What? Wait, what? What just happened? Anne! What? Hey, Cliff, hands off my woman. You don't look familiar, are you a I am- wait, did you have amnesia? You better not have amnesia. I'm not Cliff. He might be Cliff, I'm not Cliff. You should know who I am. I'm your boyfriend. Stop being delusional, Anne. Anyway, I'm not sure why that scene happened, but yeah, Cliff is Cliff. Technically, I should befriend Cliff because he's the Harvest King, and therefore, if you befriend the Harvest King, you can, he might invite you to, be one of his entourage in... I think that's how they actually call it, entourage. Maybe not, but, one of his entourage in, or be a part of his entourage in the festival. I'm gonna say entourage again. Entourage. But anyway, as much as... Okay, hello. It's just full of people today. Yeah, Miss Mana. Okay, so that taking care of her cows is done. Again, that kid's creepy. But I know, I probably shouldn't take care of the cows, but, like, you know, because I'm automatically screwed. But I agreed initially because I thought, you know, I wasn't able to get that photo, and I'm not heartless. I'm not gonna just not feed the cows. They deserve to be fed. I mean, I guess it's a waste of money, technically, because I'm wasting, not chicken feed, fodder on them. But at the same time, I mean, for a while I was feeding baby chickens, which I still never figured out if that counts as actually, if you need to feed them or not, so, you know, that may have been a waste of money, too, as well. But anyway, so yeah, well, I've honestly discovered, at least for me personally, characterization and characters are 100% more important in stories than plot a lot of times, to an extent. I mean, plot's important, obviously, but I think people overrate how important plot is, sometimes. And I guess that's the reason why I feel, it gets me thinking back. That's why I like Mother 3 to an extent. It's not because, Mother 3 as a game is one of those examples of a game that it works for having a story, but it works because of the characterization. And that's the thing. I think if games want to be, taken as having serious stories and being very thoughtful, they need to work on the characterization. That's what they need to work on. And some games really do this, but I feel like, that's one of the lacking things for games. And with a movie, that's the problem. I feel like movies are too short to give the proper characterization to make you care about the characters. Some of them do. Great example of this is biopics, or movies that, or not even just biopics, but movies that focus on one character. Focusing on one character for 2 hours, it's a lot easier for you to care about that character and get involved in that character. Trying to focus on 50 characters in 2 hours and try and care about all of them when they die, or if something bad happens to them, it's a lot difficult. I mean, it's not even that the people suck at making movies. It's that's a difficult thing to do. It's not to say that. Not to say that. I mean, I'm not saying all movies need to have super serious plots either, though, because sometimes they're just lighthearted movies. And of course, the acting, just having good personality helps in making you care about a character, even if there's not any, even if you don't have a long time to get to know them. But I guess it's the thing I've discovered is I like having the long stories that are drawn out and not like quickly told. So that's why I guess I found watching more anime and some serious shows or TV shows that have like a plot line. I found I've actually really enjoyed them more than I thought I did, and it reminds me because I loved books so much. I mean, I watch anime like I read a book. When you read a book, when I read a book, when I read a book rather, I haven't read. That's not even. Is it? Nah. I haven't read any books in a while. I guess that would be proper. But or any actual storybooks or plot book, whatever. Because I'm reading the All Your Base Are Belong to Us book about gaming history. But anyway, I watch anime like I read a book because basically when I read a book, or I'm watching anime. I can't say I watch anime because I'm just starting to get really into anime. Well, I guess I have watched anime, but anyway, I'm missing the point. When I read a book, I'll if I get really into it, I'll keep reading it. Same with anime, of course. With anime, it's a little bit of a disadvantage because if the anime is Dragon Ball Z length and you get really into it, you're going to be sitting at the computer for 50 hours watching, anime. Which, I don't mind. It's just like, yeah, there's been times where I'll stay up all night just watching episode after episode because I keep getting into it and I keep wanting to like read the next chapter or watch the next chapter, basically. I also find myself having a hard time of not spoiling things for myself. I've been really trying hard not to do that, and I've succeeded to an extent with FMA, because I'm the kind of guy when I see something in an anime or anything, not even just anime, when I see something in anything, my initial reaction is, ooh, I want to look it up and learn everything about this plot point or learn exactly why ahead of time, which, obviously isn't good because I should wait, but it's the instant gratification to an extent, my instant gratification or my instant need for wanting knowledge, but I'm trying to work against, doing that all the time because it's better to, sit and watch the anime as opposed to like rushing to get, to know everything about it. I keep saying anime, but really it could be anything, not just anime. It could be, there are shows like, TV shows that have very dramatic plots as well, or not even just dramatic plots, just very thoughtful plots. Cartoon series that aren't well, I don't know. There are some, but like I guess most of the most of the cartoons that have a plot line that's not true. That's not true. Never mind. Because I know like a good example of that was Nickelodeon Nicktoons show. Danny Phantom had a somewhat coherent plot. Not so much, I guess, as some anime shows, but there are definitely Western style animations that do follow a coherent plot that continues onward. You may be wondering why I'm fishing at the docks. Basically, if you fish at the docks, you have the chance to possibly get a power berry. which hopefully I'll get at some point. Maybe not. But yeah, the power barrier will be useful. Not really useful, but I want to try and get as many power barriers as possible. But yeah, that's, I guess, my spiel of sorts, or spiel. Spiel's a cool Pokemon, but I guess my whole thing is that I guess I've discovered, or rather have a renewed interest in the fact that I really enjoy you know, long plot lines that let you get to know the characters, and I also like being surprised, and like, I like wanting to care about the characters. And part of the reason why I've said before I don't like movies that have happy endings is A, they're predictable, as you know, they're just super predictable, and also that they there's not really, I guess, I don't care whether or not the character in the movie has a happy ending or not, so it's just kind of, you know, I guess my thing is, because I don't care about the character that much, because, you know, usually movies don't, you know, have a hard time of getting me to, you know, they don't have enough time to sometimes make you care about a character, so because of that, it's easier if there's a plot twist, I guess, to try and, you know, spice up, I'm not really saying what I want to say exactly, but basically, plot twists can kind of be, I guess, kind of a cheap way, ironically, to, you know, make people care about something. And for whatever reason, movie makers don't use plot twists like that all the time. Like I've said before, yeah, get back in there, Slim. You're not clothed. You can't be outside. There's I think plot twists occasionally can be an easy way for making people really care about the characters. Yeah, ironically, it feels like movie makers don't do this all that often. Or, you know, like they'll have just a very predictable plot with no twists. And I guess my thing is, if you want people to care about the characters, you would think. I guess then again, you could say some people don't like it being sad; they want a happy ending. So therefore, having a plot twist that doesn't have a happy ending would, you know, depress people. But people need to be depressed sometimes. Not that it's good for you either. I should know, but balance maybe. Of course, ignorance is bliss. Anyway, I got some cake. Cake. It tastes like cake. And yeah, he was born and raised in West Philadelphia. He was born and raised in, I can't remember what the next line is. I don't know why. Wait. Born and raised in the playground. Spent most of my days chilling out. Right. Yeah, okay. But yeah, it's been, I do apologize. You know, this is actually the first video I've recorded in a while. I do apologize for not having any videos up last week, which was E3 week. And I know probably people are like, what, you're talking about Full Metal Alchemist? Why aren't you talking about E3? I'll talk about that tomorrow, I guess, in Wednesday's episode. I don't know, I guess I've really gotten into that, you know, after May, and while there was some really great stuff at E3, I guess it's been a week since I've recorded. That's why I'm not, like, insanely talkative about that. I've just been kind of exhausted. Yeah, I guess I'll mention some opinions. I don't want to get, like, too into it, though, because probably people already know what my opinions are anyway. But yeah, I do apologize for having any videos up last week, because I was just stressed, you know. Stressed, it was E3, and I was also watching, you know, FMA, but mostly, if you want the true reason, it was mostly just because I was really stressed, so I just decided to take a week off. And for those of you who want to see the SPM extras, I'm going to get them up maybe this weekend. I'm not going to make any promises because I keep trying to make promises, and I'm just going to get them up when I can. Part of the problem is I tried making, I tried using some live commentary for one of them, and it didn't work out, so I was kind of depressed about that, and I don't think it's going to work out doing live commentary, so I have to redo that video. So it's not like I'm ignoring them, it's that just things haven't been working out for those videos. I will get them ready though at some point though. I'm not, you know, going to just drop them. But yeah, just chop some wood. We do want to get more wood so we can so I can build some more extensions. And over the bridge. The bridge is pretty convenient because you can just go over up there, chop some wood, then drop down here and chop some more wood. So it's a pretty good convenient path that you can take. If I can get down. Miss. But yeah, so that's about, really for the most part, about it for this video. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe, or next video rather, not tomorrow. So this has been Make It Quick 400. I'm reminding you to, you know, keep enjoying life.